All right, hello and welcome to King's Quest 2. Hopefully you enjoyed the introduction, but now I think it is time for us to just dive right in. So let's begin.
A day's journeying from Daventry has found you by the shores of Kolyma. Your ship, the Grand Thithor, and its crew have deposited you and will return the day after tomorrow. Hopefully, this will give you enough time to locate and release the imprisoned woman you saw in the magic mirror.
The Grand Thithor. Seems a little odd to just drop your king off and then leave with basically nothing, but that's okay. Alright, so what we're going to do here is basically do most of the initial collection that you're able to do. There's one or two things that I'm going to leave off, but we're pretty much going to do all of the initial stuff here. So the first thing we want to do is hop off the dock and swim over to grab this net.
You untangle the net from the pylon and take it with you.
And then, actually one thing we can do, I got to increase the game speed, and then one little nice feature they have here is this button where basically you can skip walking when nothing's happening, which is nice, I think. So up here, it almost kind of looks like a rock that just sort of blends in, but this is a plank that we want to pick up.
The fallen picket feels reasonably sturdy and is pointed at one end. Believing that you may find a use for it, you retrieve it and carry it with you.
Alright, so we will take that, and then I think we're going to head this way here. And we're not going to do anything with this house just yet, which is a little different than the original game, but we will.
It is a mailbox. This is the first time you have ever set eyes upon one, which isn't surprising. The postal system won't be invented for another few centuries to come. The residents of this land must either possess clairvoyance or just simply be ahead of their time.
Now, if we rifle through someone else's mail.
You open the mailbox. Inside, there is, incredibly, a letter addressed to the resident. You decide to leave it in there. A card has been dropped in it also. You read it.
Have you been missing church services lately? How long a while since your last confession? There is still time yet to repent your sins before the final hour. Come to the Church of Kolyma to pray for your own salvation, or just make a donation. Put your faith back into the church and walk the path that has been laid down before you. Hours from dusk till dawn. So I guess they're only open at night.
You replace the card and close the mailbox.
All right, let's continue on the road here. Now, obviously, we have to check all of the hollowed out areas, and this...
You peer into the depths of the dark hole. As luck would have it, you discover a beautiful set of earrings hidden inside. Each one is laced with glittering diamonds and contains a lovely blue sapphire stone in the center. Perhaps someone stashed them here. At any rate, you take them into your possession.
I was going to say this hollowed out log, but it seems too large to be considered a log. I feel like it's just a fully hollowed out tree. Now, here we have another log that, or maybe it's just the top half of that one, but nothing is in there. However, we do see some money on the ground over here.
3 gold coins shimmer in a nearby patch of grass.
But you may just think there's some vines here. However, there really aren't vines anywhere else in this jungle. So if we take a look...
You notice a thick rope dangling loosely against the trunk of the tree. Upon closer inspection, you see that the rope actually runs away from the tree and into the thick grass on the forest floor. This is obviously a trap.
Well, we don't want to leave this trap here, so I say we cut the rope. And now we can even take these coins.
As you pick up the gold coins, they suddenly turn dark. Now they resemble ordinary metal. Wait a minute. This isn't gold. It's fool's gold.
Trickery. All right. Well, that's all right. You got it for free, so I don't mind too much. All right. So let's continue on.
You have run into an evil enchanter. Get out of here fast before he turns you into something.
Oh, that was fortuitous so that we were able to experience it. Not a huge amount of those in the game, but there are a couple that we're used to seeing. Alright, so let's head back in this direction and up a couple of screens where we'll find this lemon tree. We can try and pick some lemons off the ground.
The lemons on the ground are spoiled. You would do best to pick a fresh one from the nearby tree.
Alright then, let's grab a fresh lemon.
You reach out and pluck a large, juicy-looking lemon from the tree.
Now, if we continue, actually, I think I want to come over here. Yes, wonderful. So, we can look at this pond.
The beautiful blue lake has a clear and pristine quality.
It seems a little small for a lake, but I'll take it.
It is a baby bird, and not a terribly pretty one at that.
So we have this little ugly duckling, and we could wait a bit, but while we're here, I say we,
You walk into position and try to catch the baby bird.
catch the bird and maybe see if we can find a better home for it. It's all lost on its own right now. Very careful,
you throw
patient
the net
waiting.
over the pond, and the baby bird is caught unharmed.
Wonderful. Well, let's take this bird with us. And we're going to continue to head up the shoreline here. And we're going to come back onto the screen. But actually, you know what? We'll take advantage of this by heading up just because eventually there's something that happens on the screen that we want to have happen. But first, I'm going to have a nice conversation with this young lady.
Hello, who are you?
My name is Graham. What is yours?
Possum. That is what my grandma calls me. She is not at all well these days. I was collecting flowers for her, but now I cannot anymore.
Why is that?
My basket is missing. I've looked everywhere for it. It must be around here somewhere.
I will keep my eye out for it.
Thank you, Graham.
All right, now, yes, we have to have that conversation before we can find the basket,
Repressing
but
the urge to burst into...
there are some other things that Possum can tell us about.
Excuse me, Possum?
Yes, Graham.
I was wondering, could you tell me anything about this land?
You mean Kolyma? There is a town to the northeast, and a church not far south of that. Grandma and I live in a house near the beach. You should not enter the swamp to the north. It is said to be influenced by magic. Many have easily lost their way in there, and finding your way out again is difficult.
Thank you, Possum.
I wonder if she knows any more.
Is there any way at all through this swamp?
I do not know, but I did see someone walking out of there not long ago. He was writing something in a book as he walked.
Who was that?
A monk from the church.
So perhaps the monks have a secret to getting through the swamp, but sounds like we can't talk to them until the night.
Repressing the...
We'll get Possum back here.
Excuse me, Possum?
Yes, Graham.
You mentioned that your grandma is not well. What ails her?
I'm not sure, but I think it gives her sad dreams. While she sleeps, sometimes she talks out loud. Sometimes I listen to her. No, do not leave me, she says. At first, I thought she was speaking to me. I would go over to her, but she would not notice me. Then I realized it was a dream. I think she misses the person she talks to in her sleep. And then there's the scary dreams.
Scary dreams.
You mentioned that your grandma had scary dreams. What are these dreams about?
Bats.
Bats?
Yes, in her sleep, she screams with fright, as if a bat is chasing her, or she's being hurt by one. Then she'll say something like, "Blue light is the bat's true bane," over and over.
Blue light? What does she mean?
I have asked her this, but she just shakes her head and will not speak of it.
Thank you, Possum. I wish your grandma a swift recovery.
Thank you, Graham. I will speak of you to her.
All right, I think that's it.
You have nothing more to say to Possum.
But we did learn something very interesting there that will come up later, or a couple of things, really. Now, we come back here towards the beach, and this log is clearly a slightly different...
You look under the log and discover a clam lying beneath it. You pick it up.
Find this clam, which, if we look at it in our inventory, can open it up.
You open the clam and discover, to your surprise, a dazzling pearl.
Wonderful. All right, let's continue northwards. And onwards again. Now, this is one of the locations where Possum's basket often is. Unfortunately, it's not there right now. But we have some other locations we can check. This is the way to the swamp, which we will avoid, as per Possum's warning. And we see a bat up here.
As you near the cave, the bat symbol above the entrance starts radiating an ominous black glow.
And should we try to enter while this bat is glowing, some spikes shoot out. We have a rather gruesome death, which I think would be nice to avoid. So let's continue on here. We'll come up this way. Nothing under this log, but obviously we still have to search.
You look under the log, but find nothing. It was a good idea, though.
So let's head over this way. And we find these lovely swans.
A beautiful, majestic white swan gracefully glides across the lake.
Which seems like a slightly better home for the ugly duckling than living all by itself.
You release the little bird into the pond.
I like to think that that was a bit of a Loom reference. The way the lights kind of shimmered there, and the swans.
You pick up the white feather and put it carefully away.
Feels very much like Loom. And now we have a feather. Very important. Always need feathers. Now we have some pumpkins. Maybe we can talk to the pumpkins.
You know that pumpkins can't talk.
Of course, that was silly. I guess we can just pick one.
You look for a nice, large pumpkin to take from the patch.
Hey, watch it!
Oh, foreshadowing.
Oh, sorry. I was not aware you could talk.
Likewise. Anyway, be careful where you're treading. You're spoiling the good soil by standing so close. And I got 8 kids to feed.
You glance at the smaller pumpkins. These must be her children.
I only count 7.
Yeah, well, I had 8. Then some strange man who spoke even stranger came by. He claimed to be a hortico. Claimed to know a bit about plants. I let him take a look at my little darlings. Anyway, before I knew it, he'd gone and pinched one of my babies. Took off towards the town, he did. Of all the naive. Just because we're plants doesn't mean we don't deserve any respect.
I am sure that is true.
Goodness, sorry. Well, let's see if we can learn a little more.
Pardon me for asking, but how did you come by the ability to talk?
With a question like that, I might ask you the same.
I was only...
I don't take it personal. That old witch Agatha cast a spell on me so I could guide her precious possessions.
Hagatha?
Yeah, she's the old bag who lives in that cave to the west. You know her type. Green warts, pointed ears, cannibalistic, doesn't put her trash out. Just your stereotypical evil old crown.
She sounds pleasant. You mentioned something about guarding Hagatha's precious possessions.
At least what she considers precious. I reckon they're anything but. Mind you, I have my doubts about Hagatha's legitimate ownership of this stuff, if you know what I mean.
What sorts of items does Hagatha wish you to guard?
Oh, the usual vanities. All useless in my opinion. But what would I know?
Not very specific, but fair enough.
The mother pumpkin looks
All right, let us continue on. Now, there's 2 places we could go from here. I think what I'll do is just head down. We're going to ignore this little house for quite a bit. And off here. I'm gonna check the other locations where Possum's basket usually is. Can be most anywhere. But there are places where I found it more commonly.
You have come upon a quick little dwarf. Dwarves have a bad reputation for stealing treasure. Be careful.
There's our second danger. Ooh, much loading. Well, I suppose we can continue our search for the basket after. For now, we're going to head into town. And on our way, we're going to take a look in this stump.
When you peer into the hole of the pine tree, you see a mallet lying there. You pick it up and take it with you.
I don't know why I said stump. It's clearly not a stump. That is, but there's nothing in there. And then we're going to stop to investigate this haystack. Although, you know what? Second thought, we're going to ignore it for now. We can come back to it in a little bit. Probably a video or two.
You see a man bending over the fountain. He appears to be trying to retrieve something from it.
Aha! Got him.
Seems to be stealing people's, wishing coins, which is a little rude. Let's take a look around.
A tall statue of a man stands prominently at the entrance of town. It looks to have been placed here quite a number of years ago. The statue bears a plaque which reads, Count Kaldor, ruler and protector of Kolyma.
Interesting. And what's this?
A small pumpkin sits in a bowl nearby.
I wonder if this is a talking pumpkin.
You say a few words to the small pumpkin. To your astonishment, it replies.
Mama?
No. Sorry.
Well, clearly this is the missing pumpkin, and we need to retrieve it. So, I think what we'll do is distract this fella here with these fool's gold coins.
The fool's gold again shines the instant the coins leave your hand.
And then we'll want to move quickly, but we'll chat with him.
3 coins in the fountain.
What? Let me see.
So we'll snag the pumpkin. And then away we shall run. Now, you don't have to go directly back, but I see no reason to delay. Mama Pumpkin is worried after all.
My baby! Thank you,
Graham.
thank you, Graham. Here, take this. Maybe this useless trinket of Haggadis will be of some use to you. Serves you right for not enabling me to protect my kids.
The pumpkin hands you a gold brooch with a beautiful blue sapphire.
I suppose that's the vanity we heard about. Now let's see if the pumpkin has anything else to say.
Is there anything more I can do for you?
Me thirsty, Mama.
Now that you mention it, my baby is feeling a bit poorly. After all, living in a bowl ain't too good for your health, you know.
No, I did not know that. What would make your baby feel better?
Fresh water, naturally.
Of course.
Not too sweet, though. In fact, the more bitter, the better. My children are very particular about what they drink.
I will see what I can do.
Well, I think I know where we can find some fresh water. Now, as we're going around, I'm going to take a rather circuitous route. Ah, perfect. That's what I wanted.
You take the basket.
Let's head back to Possum before we finish with the pumpkins there. Give her her basket.
You hand the basket to Possum.
Thank you, kind sir. Please take this flower. I'm afraid it's all I have to give you.
It is more than enough. I noticed that you have picked only yellow flowers.
Of course. Is it not customary for one to pick yellow flowers for another who is gravely ill?
Certainly it is. I'm sorry to hear about your grandma, Possum.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Poor Possum and her grandmother. Hopefully we can do something for them later. In the meantime, let's head off this direction, past the trap, and we will find this nice spring here.
You taste it. Ah, fresh spring water.
And we can use our bowl that the pumpkin had been in to collect some water.
You fill the bowl with the fresh spring water.
However, we want to make it more bitter. So, we can take our sword here that Graham picked up in the introduction and open up this lemon.
You cut the lemon with your sword and watch the juice run out.
And now we can use it on the water.
After using your sword to cut the lemon's surface, you squeeze some of its juice into the bowl. Then you discard the lemon.
And now we can take our nice, bitter, fresh water back up to Mama Pumpkin and her babies. And hopefully restore it to full health.
You pour the bitter water over the baby pumpkin. It seems to like that.
Thank you again, Graham. Here, take this.
The pumpkin reaches into her head and pulls out a candle, which she then hands to you.
That thing has been jammed in my head for as long as I can remember. I know it ain't much, but maybe you'll find some use for it.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Besides, it's really hard for me to sleep with that thing lit up inside my head all night.
Fair enough. All right, so I don't think that she has anything else to say.
A word of warning. Agatha has been
wrong.
talking about you. I heard her mention your name while she was muttering to herself. She does that when she's inspected her valuables. Anyway, I'd stay clear out of her way if I were you.
I appreciate the advice. Will Hagatha not be angered when she discovers you've given your candle away?
What's she gonna do? Turn it into a pumpkin?
Good point.
Besides, I could just blame the dwarf. He's earned himself a bad reputation from the day he moved here. Pity no one can catch him, not even Hagatha.
I wonder where he moved from. Anyway, let's head to town, because there is another thing that we want to do here. If we head up and go into the library, we'll meet a wonderful young lady, the librarian.
A rather plump and stern-looking woman is seated behind the desk. Every so often, she glances away and appears to lose her train of thought. The monotony of being a librarian must be getting to her.
Let's have a little chat.
May I help you?
Yes, I was hoping to enrich my knowledge of this fair land by way of perusing your historical texts.
My, that was well put.
No.
Not terribly effective, though.
She's not overly loquacious.
Pardon me, perhaps I was not clear?
You were.
Then may I?
No.
Why can't I?
You are not a member.
Well then, can I become a member?
No.
Why can I not become a member?
We already have far too many members. It's difficult to keep track of everything.
How many members are there?
2.
2.
If I may inquire, who are your 2 members?
You may not. Neither the Count of Kolyma nor the elderly gentleman who lives next door would approve of my divulging that information to you.
Ah, thank you anyway.
She's very good at keeping secrets.
You mentioned the Count of Kolyma is a member of this library.
Yes.
Have you seen him recently?
The librarian looks at you strangely.
No.
Is there any way I might meet the Count?
Yes.
How?
Die. say?
I would have to die to meet the Count?
Depends.
On what?
Your importance.
And if I am important?
Then you might be fortunate enough to be buried on his estate.
Getting information out of her is kind of like pulling teeth.
Who is buried on the Count's estate?
Counts.
Aha. Past Counts, of course. Anyone else?
Yes.
Who?
Him.
Pardon? Do you mean the Count is dead?
The librarian decides to avoid your gaze and seems disinclined to speak further with you on the subject.
I don't remember if she says more or not.
The librarian seems...
Okay. So, she will not allow us to become a member because there are already too many, but she said that one of the members is the gentleman who lives next door. Let's take a peek at his door here. Looks
The
like
door
there's
is
a note.
plain and has a mail slot. It also has a sign posted on it. You read it.
The family of the deceased wishes to thank all who have expressed their condolences over the passing of their loved one. Frederick enjoyed life and literature and had an ever-present, if sometimes wicked, sense of humor. May his soul be at peace in the realm of the dead, and may its Lord judge him worthy of eternal happiness. Alright, well, it
You
looks
also
like...
notice something sticking out from under the door.
Looks like this gentleman has passed away, but there's something on the door. Let's see if we can grab it.
You can't quite get your fingers on whatever is visible under the door.
Well, but perhaps we could find something, long and thin we could use. We actually can use two objects. I think we can use the sword, but I prefer to use the plank here. The picket.
Making sure that no one is watching, you slide the wooden picket under the door and draw out what appears to be a letter.
Hang on just a sec. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so let's, I'm saying alright all the time. Let's see what this letter
open the
says.
letter and read it. Dear applicant, please find enclosed the library membership card to which you are now entitled. The 5-year application process has concluded, and we are pleased to inform you that your status as a member of the town library is confirmed. Welcome to an exclusive group of patrons. Yours sincerely, Town Librarian. P.S. Please sign your name on the card to ensure validation.
Alright, well, let's head inside. We can try to hand her this card, but obviously we have not signed it yet.
Will you accept this?
No,
Why not?
it has not been signed.
But luckily there's a quill here that we can use.
What are you doing?
I was just...
Don't.
Or not. What we need to do is just watch her eyes, wait till she looks away.
You're kidding.
Oops. And then we
You
can
quickly
steal
grab
it.
the quill while the librarian isn't looking and sign your name on the blank library card. You replace the quill before the librarian notices it missing.
Now,
Will you accept this?
Yes, you are younger than I expected.
I eat well and get a lot of exercise.
I see.
So, what do I do now?
Borrow.
You mean I can take books from this library?
No.
Oh,
alright, let's ask her for any recommendations.
Yes.
could you recommend a good book?
Graham won't pick up any on his own, he'll only take the ones that she offers.
There.
And you do need to do this in time. I think once you do kind of the next part of the game, you won't be able to read this book anymore, and then similarly that continues to happen unless I'm mistaken, which if that's the case, it's unfortunate. I would prefer that to be a little different, but it's okay. Let's read this and see what it says.
This book is entitled Kolyma, Perfect One Day, Better the Next. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Alright, so a little bit of a long passage. Kolyma, perfect Monday, better than next. If you are considering traveling to the wondrous land of Kolyma, then you should be congratulated on your timing, for indeed it has changed much since creation many years ago. The very occasional earthquake has altered the land to the east somewhat, creating deep chasms near the mountainside. The changing ocean levels in this region have caused an alteration in the shape of the coastline and, of course, the people themselves have relocated from where they once lived. Most now reside in the town, which is nestled in the safety of the mountains. A wise decision, for more than a few have claimed to hear the sounds of howling at night, a sign that many wild animals have moved into Weirwood Forest in recent times. As a result, few venture past the town gates, especially after dark. This isolation and the relative scarcity of people throughout most of the realm has made Kolyma a haven for the tourist who wishes to soak up the natural atmosphere of the land. It has also made a significant convenience for those who have settled in Kolyma far from town and wish to maintain their privacy to pursue their own ambitions in peace. The realm of Kolyma is a wondrous land of beauty and, for the adventurous among you, danger. See also Guidebook to the Land of the Green Isles. So a nice reference to King's Quest VI, but I think a lot of this is kind of a little tongue-in-cheek way of saying, just because you've done the first game, a lot has changed since it was first created. And this, these are a lot of the key differences in the game, or at least references to many of them. I think a nice little addition, and you do get a point for reading it. Now, we have just one last task to complete for today. Okay. And that is to finally find the door which brought us to this land in the first place. So let's head south. And unfortunately, you do again have to be very careful on the bridge. So we will try to stick right to the middle here. Come across. And as we approach the door, it looks a little bit different than last time around.
Incredible. The door you have discovered has taken on the appearance of a face. It is silent, however, and almost seems to be waiting for something.
Oh, hang on one second. Sorry again. All right, let's approach this door here.
Greetings. I am King Graham of Daventry. Would you by any chance know of the way to a strange island on which stands a quartz tower in which a beautiful woman is being held captive?
You feel more than a little foolish. Surely a door, even one with a face, would neither hear nor understand you.
I am the door of destiny. I am sought out by many, found by few, and opened by none so far. For indeed, only once can I be opened. Such is the magic that I am. Through me will you find the destiny you seek, if you can but perform a task.
Anything!
You feel intense exuberance that you have come so close to your goal in such a short time.
You must bring me the gems of nature.
I beg your pardon?
The stone door rumbles from deep within. For a time, it says nothing. And then...
Gems of 3 I ask of thee to fetch, collect, and bring to me. In water shall you find the first, though not the type to quench your thirst. Spy the second, high in the sky, with wings or no, thou still must fly. Through swampy mire, so it is heard, in lone dark castle lies the third. Should you succeed, my noble king, to your fair maiden I will bring. I warn you though, you should beware, a danger cloaked awaits you there.
Without warning, the stony face falls silent. As you watch, it gradually smooths out to become the mountainside face once more. You notice that, within the door, 3 shallow indentations have sunk into the rock's surface. Presumably, the 3 gems of nature must fit here. Now all you have to do is find them. How did that poem go again?
Well, it appears as though the gauntlet has been laid down, but now with the kind of task fully in place ahead of us, I think we can end things here. Hopefully you enjoyed these first couple of stages here, and when we come back, we'll go in search of the gems, but till next time, see ya.